Advocacy Trip was a trip for the students to go to Washington, D.C. and better understand the importance of advocating for our profession. So we got to meet a lot of the staff at PAEA and understand kind of where our money is going to go towards them and understand like what bills are being pressed for us in the future. And so it was a really cool experience to be able to just be more educated on advocacy.
So they make the conscious decision over their spring break to go to Washington, D.C. and actually have a Capitol Hill Day where they go to they visit the Congress, they visit the Senate, they talk to members of Congress, members of the Senate, and their staff, and they're able to have a dialogue about what the PA profession is about, if they don't already know, and what bills in particular that the PA profession is interested in pushing in order to move the profession forward.
So the advocacy trip was about promoting two bills that Karen Bass started, and we had the opportunity to get in touch with Congress members and senators, and then ask them to co-sponsor for these bills. So we got to sit in their offices and talk about the importance of the bills and the PA profession and future of the education.
There's 23 of us out of 60 people. We flew over to Washington, D.C., and we were able to advocate for the PA profession, which I really didn't understand what I'd be doing, but they had a training session. They introduced two bills. They were able to tell us why we were doing this. And as a PA student, it actually felt really empowering to learn to do these kind of things for my profession, because in the future, it would make it a better profession for everyone.
My favorite part was actually meeting with Congresspeople. I didn't realize how easy it was to just advocate in general and like have an opportunity to get your voice heard. So that was actually just really interesting to me. It was really interesting to see the dynamics of what Congress looks like and how applicable it is to what we do as PAs.
Wednesday, so it was actually the time to do our lobbying, which we'd been training for all day Tuesday. So we, 22 of my classmates and myself, we were able to go onto Capitol Hill, and first we met with Congressmember Karen Bass, which was absolutely amazing. I feel like I was almost awestruck by her because we've learned about her in our entire first semester in our behavioral science courses, and she really just made us feel comfortable on the Hill. She listened to us. She heard all of our personal stories that we were going to kind of talk about with our other Congress members that we were meeting with after her. And she kind of just shed some light onto what was going on the Hill in this time of presidential change. So that was a great experience as well.
There's something about, like, when I initially was going to go onto the trip, it was a little bit hesitant thinking about money and not sure if I would be able to afford it and seeing if it was worth it. And going there is just such a different experience. I don't think I'll ever be able to experience something like that. You learn so much about advocacy, about politics, about what goes on behind the scenes of being a physician assistant and what goes on to have laws passed.
Okay, I know finances might be a huge barrier to the reason why many students don't go, but just kind of put that aside and really consider going to this trip. It's amazing. It gives you the opportunity not only to get to know yourself a little bit better, but as well as your classmates. It allows you the opportunity to exercise your freedom of speech, talking to senators, Congress members, and even just staff that works in that area.